Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with JD Cutlery, putting together another quick video on 5 of the zero tolerance 0801 ties. This is the newest variation of the original Todd Rexford design that Zero Tolerance collaborated with, which was the original 0801. The original model just had milling, flats, was a lot more plain than this one. I really like how they've done milled out the holes in them. Did a real nice job as far as putting a nice bevel in the holes, as well as the additional milling with the line work on the upper edges of each knife. So definitely very nice step forward with from the original 801. These have been doing really well. Great flipping knives. Very good as far as reliability, that type of thing. The 0801 sold for a number of years, did really good. They did drop the MAP pricing on them, so we don't carry the original anymore, just because there's really not enough markup to make it worth doing the anodizing and that type of thing. So this one here is a purple with a bronze stonewash. I did throw a video up on this one earlier, but I figured since I had a new batch I'd just throw this one out there as well, just for a fresh look at it. So it's got a nice stonewash. Got a little bit of oil around that pivot, not a big deal. Lockup is nice and early on that, probably right about 5%, just on the steel lock bar insert, which is nice and strong. That's with some pressure behind it. This one's detent is nice and crisp. Some of them have a little bit softer detent. This one's nice and crisp. A little bit of pressure, as soon as it let goes, boom, it's slamming open. So very good knives. Looking at the centering there, pretty much right on center. I try to look at the tip versus the sides, just because sometimes if you angle that knife a little bit, it makes it look like it's off center. But this one's looking pretty good. So these guys flip out very nicely. Again, it's the Rexford design, 0801 tie, and this is 1753. Got a couple different color variations for you tonight. This one is a teal. It's got a little bit of variation through the teal, and then it's got a heavy stonewash. The stonewash really looks nice along those edges, brings those ribs up a little bit. Gives a little bit of life in the flat points. Sorry, my hands are a little hot tonight, a little extra sweating going on, unfortunately. But we've had the heat wave out here in California. But the color is really nice on this. I like that teal blue with the bronze. Very sharp looking knife. Again, nice early lockup, right at the 5 to 10% mark. And again, centering looks really nice. This one's detent is just a slight bit less than the purple one that I just showed you. Most people would say this is probably about perfect. If you like a little bit harder detent, that purple is good. This one, again, flips like a champ when they let go. The bearings in these are very smooth, really do a good job. These fit in the hand really nicely, ergonomically, nice and smooth. Not much of a hot spot with the pocket clip. You feel it a tiny bit, but really it tucks in pretty nicely, all things considered. Let's go ahead and jump into one of the greens. So this is a green that I did some sanding on the flat to give it that green bronze patina look. So really turned out pretty nice looking. I like that patina effect. It sold really nicely on the 0055s as well as these 801s. It's a really cool looking effect. So, just a little bit of oil around that pivot. Color turned out really nice on this. It's nice and even green. And then you've got that nice bronze effect to it. So very sharp looking. These things are real consistent. Very early lockup, 5 to 10%. But definitely, I mean, that's a lot of pressure on that. Not going anywhere. So nice early lockup. It's a good thing. It allows the knife to wear in. It might creep over a little bit on you, but it's definitely not going to be an issue. So this one flips like a champ. Really nice and smooth. These guys, all the way to the blade, pretty much will drop it back down. So very sharp looking knives. They really give you a nice canvas to work on with these. Let's go ahead and jump into another one with a sanded flat. This is a high voltage blue, and then it's got that nice bronze. The bronze and blue, bronze and green are all really nice color combinations. I really like the way those turn out. So it's a nice deep blue with that bronze coming up on the flat point with the blues still kind of shading. Again, for that patina type look. Granted, you don't typically see blue and bronze in a patina, but it looks cool together. So I've done a number like this and they've sold pretty well. This one, again, lockup is right there. Nice and early, 5-10%. Centering looks pretty good on that. And again, flips like a champ. They just fly out. Detent's real nice on this one. Really the only one that's got a little bit of a harder detent, a little more crisp detent, is that purple. All the rest of these are about the same, which is real standard on these. Nice and easy, flip it all day long, not have a problem. So that is the blue and bronze. And then we have the final one for tonight, which is a green with a bronze stonewash. So hit that bronze, heavy stonewash. Again, pull the color in the ribs out and all the edges and high points, and you get some coloration in the flats. A little too warm in here tonight. There we go. These do not fingerprint up badly. All of these are really good as far as fingerprints go. So really happy with that. Sometimes, especially as we get into some of the buffed ones, the anodizing isn't quite as thick, the oxidation isn't quite as thick, so they tend to show fingerprints a little bit more than some of the other colors. The higher voltage colors usually gives you a deeper, a thicker anodizing, a thicker oxidation level, so the fingerprints typically don't show up quite as much on them. Again, another one flies right out, falls in no problem, centered up pretty nicely, and again, lockup is 5 to 10%. So good deal. Very consistent with the making of these. As you can see, the lockup seems to be the same on just about all of them, which is always a good sign. Shows that zero tolerance is really staying on top of the game as far as their quality control and trying to make each knife as close to uniform as they can. So this Rexford design definitely does well. It's a good solid knife, good platform, good everyday carry. Can take a lot of abuse, a lot of wear. All of these are the S35 VN steel with the bearings and the pivot, of course a steel lock bar insert. Well, please check them out. They will be posted on the website in the next day or so. We have them listed at www.jdcutlery.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.